World, cultures, and civilizations have so many different applications. We learned about so many people and places, about greatest fears and what makes a nation. As the power in religion kept on shifting, the knowledge in our brains just kept lifting, and so we leave no stone unturned. Let's talk about what we have learned.
We'll start at the beginning with the fall of Rome. A lot of people were pushed away from their homes. The barbarians led by Attila the Hun attacked them. The people fled Rome and caused some mayhem. The Lord and serf relationships brings us to the next, feudalism, which is the fall of Rome's effect.
The Middle Ages started after Rome had fallen, though we learned this in January, we hadn't forgotten. Feudalism was the dominant type of governing. It ordered kings, nobles, and serfs, not to cause when a king would sign a noble to a fief, which was a piece of land, the contract was not proof. The noble became a loyal vassal to the king, and in return for the land gave his protecting. The lowest on the ladder were the serfs, you see. They couldn't quite leave the church, they were born under the king's decree. But soon enough, after one human play, most people what the church did to them. And wanting to do the crusade turned into wanting to trade. The agricultural revolution added to a new ambiance and slid Europe into its renaissance.
In 15th century Italy, the world is changing literally. The Renaissance had just begun, so this verse will be a ton of fun. The printing press had just been invented, now everything is documented. Michelangelo, Da Vinci too, everything about art is new. Chiaroscuro and contrapposto can be seen in paintings, sculptures, and frescoes. Some people were questioning about politics, so Machiavelli wrote his book, The Prince. While the Catholic Church was having its mass, here comes the rise of the middle class. Humans are important, that's what humanism means. Worldly pleasures were materialism for kings and queens. Individualism was importance of the self, and secularism was putting the church on the back shelf. These major themes of the Renaissance, which means rebirth, is why the Renaissance has so much worth.
World, cultures, and civilizations have so many different applications. We learned about so many people and places, about greatest fears and what makes a nation. As the power in religion kept on shifting, knowledge in our brains just kept lifting, and so we leave no stone unturned. Let's talk some more about what we learned.
Luther is the founder of the Reformation. Rome was his starting destination. He saw the Catholic Church abusing their power with indulgences. People couldn't even afford to shower. He realized the church was becoming corrupt and made a list that really wasn't abrupt. In 1517, he posted 95 theses on a church in Wittenberg, and they show what he sees. With the printing press, these ideas were easily spread. When the Pope found out, all he had was dread. He wrote the papal bull saying what Luther did wrong, but Luther burned the letter, which was better all along. Luther got married and said who shouldn't have been burned. Luther got excommunicated and seemed unconcerned. Luther was put on trial in 1521. The Diet of Worms really truncated all the fun. They said if he changed his mind, he could go back to his mother, but he said, "Here I stand, I can do no other." They gave him death threats because they wanted him dead, but the German princes kidnapped him and saved his life instead. When the German princes kept him hiding, he translated the Bible, which really was abiding. He came out of hiding, and then he stated, "All Christians are equal," which the Catholics really hated. This led to a war taking 100,000 lives, which is a high number, just like Henry VIII's wives. The Peace of Augsburg in 1555 was when Protestantism really started to thrive. Luther's efforts took some power from the HRE, which made a lot of people in Europe happy. Protestantism was created through the Reformation, though the Catholics consider it an aggravation. Next unit is the explorations. This was the time of world exploration. For God, gold and glory is why they sailed. The ships that they traveled on were very detailed. Henry the Navigator made his country leading sea power with the best shipbuilders and made people cower. Bartholomew Diaz rounded the tip of Africa, but still, no one had discovered America. Vasco da Gama reached India in 1498, which made Portugal a leader in sea trade. Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492, which was not an easy thing to do. Vespucci realized he had reached a new land and gave it a name which we now understand, America. This is what Columbus found, and Balboa settled on the mainland to turn things around. Pizarro defeated the Inca Empire. He uses Cortez's strategies to take him higher. The Aztecs were taken over by Cortez, and he changed the city, or at least he says. The first to sail around the world was Magellan, or actually his crew, because some natives killed him. The Columbian Exchange exchanged some goods. The Middle Passage is now understood. The Africans were forced onto a boat and were enslaved by the Americans. Their lives were worse than goats. The explorations led to the spread of germs, which killed many people, but on better terms. A lot of land was colonized and people did survive, and mercantilism emerged, which made societies thrive.
World, cultures, and civilizations have so many different applications. We learned about so many people and places, about greatest fears and what makes a nation. As the power in religion kept on shifting, knowledge in our brains just kept lifting, and so we leave no stone unturned. Let's talk some more about what we learned.
If at first glance you don't understand France, let me give you the Tour de France. The St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre happened on a specific day in the calendar, August 24th, 1572. Let's talk about the Huguenots. Now that's the day they were carried away by the Catholics. So those Huguenots were held by the Edict of Nantes so that they could flee far away and help them pray. With the help of Louis XIV, you can see a new castle waiting there for thee. You may ask me why. They lived in Versailles. I'll comply and rap to you. When the nobles started abusing their power, he did not have any time to cower. He put up his defenses. They could not be arrested. He tore down their castles and commanded them to change their way of life. This is no time to play, or I will have to say, l'État, c'est moi. The state, that's me. The nation, that's me. What a decree. He thinks he's as cool as Catherine de Medici? Huh, no way. Place goodbye. Au revoir. Time to learn about the island of England. Let me tell you about an important paper, the Magna Carta, a government shaper. Nobility to power from the king without consulting them, he could do nothing. Then there was a little family feud, the Lancasters and the Yorks, they were acting rude. The War of the Roses, that's what I'm talking about. It nearly tore England apart without a doubt. Till Lank met a York, he totally wooed her. The two got married, now enter house tutor. Henry VIII had many wives, that was true. Becker, you could even call him a home wrecker. At the born no sons, he wanted a divorce. Not allowed in the Catholic Church, of course. He wasn't really about one. Marriage for life made the Church of England to escape that strife. Then along came a gal called Bloody Mary. Protestants saw her as an adversary. After her came the Virgin Queen, Widio Atakiyo. She doesn't say what she's seen. Was regarded as an illegitimate child by half-sister Mary Elizabeth was reviled. But then she took the throne in 1558. She helped the Church of England to dominate. She ordered the death of Mary a Scot, who became a queen as a 6-day-old tot. Later she became the Queen Consort of France, but across the channels where she casted her glance, don't forget the true law of free monarchies. James established it to avoid anarchies. That's England done, so sit back, relax, and have tons of fun.
People are wondering about the fall of church comes religious digressions, and so many people have so many questions. Some people are wondering about the solution, and that starts the scientific revolution. Copernicus thought Mary Aristotle was wrong, and the earth went around the sun all along. And speaking of planets, like the Kepler dude, he theorized about how all the planets move. Galileo saw Jupiter's moon by bending a feather telescope in one of his rooms. Descartes said, I think as before I am. He didn't give in Amsterdam. Isaac Newton was a pretty cool guy. He invented calculus and physics on the fly. He discovered gravity. Shout out to Shilong D. Then Jenner invented vaccinations. Bravo. Now one step higher on the pyramid of Maslow. Locke and Hobbes disagreed about the state of nature. To reform a government or war will put people in danger. They reasoned all the guys who do what they did was amazing in inventing all the scientific methods. Now the guy who invented this, don't be mistaken, he lived in England. His name was Francis Bacon. World cultures and civilizations have so many different applications. We learned about so many people and places, about British fears and what makes the nation. The power and religion kept on shifting. The knowledge in our brains just kept flipping. And as our rap comes to a close, there's one more thing we'd like you to know. Here we didn't just learn about how the Buddha transcended. We also learned about how to make friends. To rap before rap, there's one thing we can do. Ms. Winkler in her B-Block World Cultures class, here's our shout out to you.
No, that's
Threats because they wanted him dead, but the German princes kidnapped him and saved their lives instead. With German princes kept in hiding, he translated the Bible, which really wasn't fighting before, so we can just...
yeah.
Oh my god, is this a peach tree? We never cut this.
Oh, I didn't cut it.
England. I'm Henry, King Prince George. What if they named a Prince King? So his name's Prince King.
Me. I'm sorry, I have a question for you guys. Didn't I tell you at the beginning of this project I had a dream where we were re-recording this at my house? No. I'm pretty sure I did. I'll kill both of you.
Hey.
You can see me from here, right?
Shanny, you were like half off camera the entire time.
Okay, what happened is I hate it.
Don't run your dad because you were curse.
I have to burn those sunglasses.
The knowledge in our brains just kept lifting, so we... To wrap around! I'm not shot! I'm not to be shot, Louis XIV! Get me into the shot! Aside! Man, look at my cat! Aside! Look at my cat!
Thanks, Shanny. I'm not holding up your leg.
I know, Sarah is.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't handing it to you.
Okay.
All right.
Just go. Just add it. Just go.
I've been filming for a minute. You told me to start a minute ago.